Hi there, my name's Darrell. It's great to see you and welcome to Old Man Cycling. So it's a lovely Sunday afternoon and I can't resist getting out on the bike because in truth it's been about 2 weeks since I've last been out on the bike and filmed a video, so it's about time that I made the effort. What I've got planned today is a trip out to the Jodrell Bank Observatory, and while we're there what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you lots of facts about it. So come along with me, let's get cracking. So it does feel great to be back on the bike again. It is probably 2 weeks since I last did a ride, just through one thing and another. I've been fairly busy and the weather's not been great, and I am a bit of a fair weather cyclist, and so I've just not managed to get out, and so I couldn't resist this afternoon taking advantage of this lovely weather. Now, a little bit of an update for those people who have been following the channel. I did come back from my holiday in August quite a bit heavier than I really wanted to be, and it's very good news so far. I've managed to lose nearly 12 pounds in about 8 weeks, and so I'm pretty pleased with that. Mainly that's been down to eating properly. Or should I say just not overeating. I've tried to cut out any snacking between meals, and the meals that I have been sensible. Pretty much removed most of the carbohydrate from my diet, and that's pretty much it really. I've not tried to starve myself at all. But it's really paid off. So just here in front of me, there's a big puddle. We've had an awful lot of rain just in the last few days. And yesterday, that puddle consumed the entire road. And it was about 6 inches deep at its shallowest. Just got dropped by that bike there coming past me. I don't care, I'm not in any rush today. So at this point here, I was about to climb up out of the valley, and I've just had the climb notification on the Wahoo go off, so I've knocked down a couple of gears, but I noticed the cyclist that overtook me earlier on just up ahead, and so what I decided to do was turn the motor on just to give me a little bit of a boost, just because I didn't want to get left behind again. And at this point I think he looked over his shoulder and saw me behind him, and I think he was quite shocked that I was catching him as I was going up this hill. Now, this was the only time that I used a motor during this ride. Now, I could have definitely got up this bank without using the motor, but I just wanted to catch a cyclist in front of me. But the motor's off again now, and I'm back under my own power now. I'm back on the flat. Okay, no problem. We are now 7 miles into the ride and we've got a first glimpse of the Lovell telescope. That's the main dish there at the Jodrell Bank Observatory. Now we're about to start a 360-degree loop all the way around the observatory, so we should get plenty more views of the Lovell telescope because it dominates the Cheshire Plain. You can see it from most places. Because the plain is quite flat and the dish is quite big, it just stands out, and it's a really dominant landmark in the Cheshire countryside. So I was actually just really shocked when I looked down at how many miles I'd done. It certainly doesn't feel like I've done 7 miles today. After having a couple of weeks off the bike, I'm a little bit out of shape, but so far it's not taking its toll at all. I've not had the motor on except for that one little climb, and that was only to catch that other cyclist really. I certainly could have got up without the motor. So everything's going well so far. Even though I've seen the Lovell telescope up close and from afar many times, it's still really impressive. Just the scale of it is quite breathtaking. Jodrell Bank Observatory hosts a number of radio telescopes as part of the Jodrell Bank Centre for Astrophysics at the University of Manchester. The observatory was established in 1945 by Bernard Lovell, a radio astronomer at the university, to investigate cosmic rays after his work on radar in the Second World War. It has since played an important role in the research of meteoroids, quasars, pulsars, masars and gravitational lenses, and was heavily involved with the tracking of space probes at the start of the space age. The Mark I telescope, now known as the Lovell telescope, was the world's largest steerable dish radio telescope at 76.2 metres or 250 feet in diameter when it was constructed in 1957. It is now the third largest after the Green Bank telescope in West Virginia and the Effelsberg telescope in Germany. The telescope became operational in mid-1957 in time for the launch of the Soviet Union's Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, and the telescope was the only one able to track Sputnik's booster rocket by radar, first locating it just before midnight on the 12th of October 1957, 8 days after its launch. In 2010, work on a new visitor centre started at the Jodrell Bank Discovery Centre. It includes an entrance building, the Planet Pavilion, the Space Pavilion and a landscape garden, including a galaxy maze. On the 7th of July 2010, it was announced that the observatory was being considered for the 2011 United Kingdom tentative list for World Heritage Site status, and then in 2019, Jodrell Bank was recognised as a site of outstanding universal value and inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage Site list. So now we've seen the Lovell telescope, we've just got to get home again. So despite the weather being lovely this afternoon, it is still really cool. It's only about 9 degrees Celsius now at the moment, and so I'm really glad that I've got long tights on, and under this jacket I've also got a couple more layers. I've got a thermal layer and a cycling t-shirt as well, and long gloves with long fingers, and I'm quite toasty. I'm sure that without all of these extra layers I'd be quite cold, so it just goes to show that you do need to give a little bit of consideration to what the weather's going to be like. It's always a little bit tricky because you've got to factor in how much work you're going to be doing and how much you're likely to warm up during the ride, but I think I've got it right today. Thanks a lot for joining me on this lovely Sunday afternoon ride. I hope you've enjoyed finding out about the Lovell telescope. I've really enjoyed researching it as well. And if you have enjoyed this video, let me know down below in the comments or nip over to my Facebook account. Now you can do me a really big favour as well by clicking the like, subscribe and bell notifications, because it really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video. That goes live on Saturday. In the meantime, all that's left to say is stay safe. It's been great to OMC you, and I'll see you soon. In structure, you can see why it's a World Heritage, and you can tell why it's a World Heritage site. Tell why it's a World Heritage site. I can't say that. Can't say heritage. That's better. Heritage. Now watch out for next week's video. That goes live on Sunday. Oh shit.